The life-changing secret of today's lesson is tucked away at the end of this very video. So stick around, because your path to Stoic mastery is just moments away from being illuminated. Welcome back, Stoic seekers. Have you ever found yourself trapped in the relentless grip of a toxic situation? Perhaps it's a draining job, a toxic relationship, or a never-ending cycle of negativity that seems to suffocate your spirit. If you're nodding along, then you're not alone. We've all been there, tangled in the webs of circumstances that seem beyond our control. But fear not, for in today's video, we delve into a profound insight inspired by the wisdom of the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, the power of walking away. That's right, my fellow Stoics. Sometimes the greatest strength lies not in standing firm, but in having the courage to turn and walk away. Join me as we explore how this ancient principle can transform your life, liberating you from the shackles of adversity and empowering you to reclaim your sovereignty. Get ready to embrace your greatest power yet. To join our Stoic Mastery channel and unlock the timeless Stoic wisdom, hit subscribe now to embark on a journey of resilience and inner peace. Now get ready to be immersed in the Stoic wisdom. Now imagine this. You're in a relationship that's more like a tornado, constantly tearing through your peace of mind. Every interaction leaves you drained, questioning your worth, your sanity even. But here's the thing. Stepping away from toxic situations isn't a sign of weakness. Oh no, it's a declaration of self-preservation and self-respect. Think about it. Would Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic sage himself, tolerate such toxicity in his inner circle? Absolutely not. He understood that protecting your inner peace was paramount, and sometimes that means walking away from what doesn't serve you. It's not about abandoning ship at the first sign of trouble, but about recognizing when a situation is beyond repair, when the storm is too fierce to weather. So, my fellow Stoics, muster your courage and take that step away. Your mental well-being is worth it. Now, let's delve deeper. Picture yourself in a job that drains the life out of you, day in, day out. Your passion extinguished like a flame in the wind. It's soul-crushing, isn't it? But here's the truth. Staying in a job that stifles your growth and happiness isn't noble. It's detrimental. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, would urge you to value your dignity above all else. He understood that true strength lies in knowing when to walk away from situations that diminish your spirit. So, don't be afraid to seek opportunities that align with your values and ignite your passion. Remember, your worth is not tied to your occupation. You deserve better, and it starts with having the courage to walk away. But what about toxic relationships? Now there's a tangled web we've all found ourselves in at some point. Picture this. You're in a relationship that's more like a battlefield, constant strife and turmoil. Every interaction feels like walking on eggshells, afraid to set off the next explosion. But here's the thing. Staying in a toxic relationship isn't a testament to your loyalty, it's a betrayal of yourself. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, would remind you that true love should uplift and nourish your soul, not drain it. He understood that walking away from toxic relationships is an act of self-love, a declaration that you refuse to settle for anything less than the respect and kindness you deserve. So, my friends, if a relationship no longer serves your growth and happiness, have the courage to walk away. Your future self will thank you for it. Now let's talk about the toxic habits we cling to, like a lifeline in a stormy sea. Picture yourself in the grip of addiction, whether it's smoking, overeating, or endless scrolling through social media. It's a cycle of self-destruction, isn't it? But here's the truth. Indulging in toxic habits isn't an escape. It's a prison of our own making. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, would urge you to break free from these chains and reclaim your sovereignty. He understood that true freedom comes from mastering our desires, not being enslaved by them. So muster your strength, my fellow Stoics, and walk away from these habits that hold you captive. Embrace the power within you to create a life of virtue and fulfillment. The journey won't be easy, but it's worth it. And remember, you're not alone. Marcus Aurelius and the wisdom of the Stoics walk beside you every step of the way. All right, next secret. Now just think that you're playing a game. It's one of those games where you're constantly losing, And no matter how hard you try, victory seems out of reach. You're frustrated, tired, and maybe even a little bit angry. But here's the thing. You have the power to walk away from that game. You don't have to keep playing if it's not bringing you joy or fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius, the wise Stoic emperor, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And he was right. Walking away from situations that no longer serve you isn't just about avoiding discomfort. It's about regaining control over your own life. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your own destiny, and that starts with making choices that align with your values and priorities. Let's talk about relationships. Picture yourself in a friendship that's turned toxic. Maybe your friend constantly puts you down or belittles your achievements. Maybe they're always trying to manipulate you or control your actions. It's draining, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to walk away from that friendship. You don't have to subject yourself to negativity or toxicity just to maintain the status quo. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In other words, by walking away from toxic relationships, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're also demonstrating your strength and independence. You're refusing to be dragged down by someone else's negativity, and that's something to be proud of. Now let's talk about work. Imagine you're stuck in a job that makes you miserable. Maybe your boss is constantly breathing down your neck, or maybe you're stuck doing mindless tasks that don't challenge or inspire you. It's soul-crushing, isn't it? But here's the thing. You have the power to walk away from that job. You don't have to spend your days feeling unfulfilled or unhappy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Walking away from a job that doesn't bring you joy isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's a declaration that you value your own happiness and well-being above all else, and that's something to be admired. But what about habits? Picture yourself stuck in a cycle of destructive behavior. Maybe you're addicted to gambling, or maybe you can't stop binge-eating junk food. It's a vicious cycle, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to walk away from those habits. You don't have to be controlled by your impulses or cravings. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By walking away from destructive habits, you're taking control of your own thoughts and actions. You're choosing to prioritize your long-term well-being over short-term gratification, and that's something to be celebrated. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror, staring at your reflection with a mixture of disappointment and resignation. Maybe you've been treated poorly by others, or perhaps you've made choices that don't align with your values. It's a familiar feeling, isn't it? But here's the thing. You have the power to walk away from that negativity, not just physically but mentally. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In other words, by cultivating a mindset of self-worth and respect, you have the power to transform your life from the inside out. Let's talk about boundaries. Picture yourself in a situation where someone is constantly crossing the line, whether it's a friend who always asks for favors but never returns them, or a coworker who constantly undermines your efforts. It's exhausting, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to walk away from that disrespect, not just physically but mentally. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By setting and enforcing boundaries, you're sending a clear message to others that you value yourself and expect to be treated with respect. It's not always easy, but it's essential for maintaining your self-worth and mental well-being. Now let's talk about self-talk. Picture yourself in a situation where you're constantly berating yourself, whether it's for making a mistake at work or for not living up to your own expectations. It's a vicious cycle, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to walk away from that negative self-talk, not just physically, but mentally. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By cultivating a mindset of self-worth and respect, you can break free from the cycle of negativity and start treating yourself with the kindness and compassion you deserve. It's not always easy, but it's essential for nurturing your mental well-being and inner peace. But what about toxic environments? Picture yourself in a situation where you're surrounded by negativity, whether it's a workplace culture that thrives on gossip and backstabbing, or a social circle that constantly tears others down to build themselves up. It's suffocating, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to walk away from that toxicity, not just physically, but mentally. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By refusing to engage in gossip or negativity, and by surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, you can create a positive and nurturing environment that fosters your self-worth and respect. It's not always easy, but it's essential for protecting your mental well-being and emotional health. After all, walking away is not just a physical action, but a mindset of self-worth and respect. Whether it's setting boundaries, silencing negative self-talk, or removing yourself from toxic environments, you have the power to shape your own reality through the quality of your thoughts and actions. Draw inspiration from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic philosophers who understood the importance of cultivating a mindset of self-mastery and inner peace. Remember, you deserve to be treated with kindness and respect, both by others and by yourself. So have the courage to walk away from anything that diminishes your self-worth and embrace the happiness and fulfillment that come from honoring your own value. Visualize this. You're on a journey, walking along a path towards your goals and dreams. But along the way, you encounter people who seem determined to drag you down, to fill your mind with doubts and your heart with negativity. It's like carrying a heavy burden on your shoulders, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to distance yourself from toxic people, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of your personal growth and well-being. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By surrounding yourself with positive and supportive individuals, you're creating a nurturing environment that fosters your growth and development. Let's talk about energy. Picture yourself in a room full of people, each emitting a different vibe. Some are radiating positivity and warmth, while others are like black holes, sucking the energy out of everyone around them. It's draining, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to distance yourself from those energy vampires, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of your personal space and well-being. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By prioritizing your personal space and surrounding yourself with positive energy, you're creating a sanctuary where you can thrive and grow. Now let's talk about growth. Picture yourself in a garden, tending to your plants with care and attention. But alongside your beautiful flowers, there are weeds creeping in, threatening to choke out your garden and stunt its growth. It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to distance yourself from those weeds, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of your own growth and flourishing. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By investing in your own growth and surrounding yourself with people who support and encourage you, you're creating the conditions for success and fulfillment. But what about boundaries? Picture yourself in a situation where someone is constantly crossing the line, invading your personal space and disregarding your feelings. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to distance yourself from those who disrespect your boundaries, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of your personal space and well-being. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." By asserting your boundaries and standing up for yourself, you're sending a clear message that you value your personal space and will not tolerate disrespect. In conclusion, by distancing ourselves from toxic people, we are prioritizing our personal space and investing in our own growth. Whether it's protecting our energy, nurturing our personal space, or asserting our boundaries, we have the power to shape our own reality and create a life filled with positivity and growth. Draw inspiration from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic philosophers who understood the importance of surrounding ourselves with positive influences and fostering our own growth. Remember, You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up and support your journey towards greatness. So, have the courage to distance yourself from those who bring you down, and embrace the happiness and fulfillment that come from investing in your own well-being. Let's dive into a scenario we've all found ourselves in at some point. You're faced with a request that you know deep down doesn't align with your values or priorities. Maybe it's a favor you simply don't have the time or energy to fulfill, or perhaps it's an invitation to something that doesn't resonate with your authentic self. In that moment, the word no holds more power than you might realize. It's not just a refusal, it's an assertion of your self-respect and self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In other words, by saying no to what doesn't serve you, you're not only honoring your own boundaries, but also staying true to yourself. Now, let's talk about boundaries. Picture yourself in a situation where someone is constantly pushing you to go beyond your limits, whether it's a friend who always expects you to drop everything for them or a colleague who constantly tries to delegate their tasks onto you. It's exhausting, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to say no to those who disregard your boundaries, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of your self-respect and self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By setting clear boundaries and asserting your right to say no, you're reclaiming control over your own time and energy. Let's talk about authenticity. Picture yourself in a situation where you're being pressured to conform to someone else's expectations or standards. Whether it's in your personal relationships or your professional life, it's stifling, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to say no to anything that compromises your authenticity, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of your self-respect and self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." By staying true to yourself and refusing to compromise your values, you're asserting your right to live authentically and unapologetically. Now let's talk about self-awareness. Picture yourself in a situation where you're being pulled in multiple directions, trying to please everyone but ending up feeling overwhelmed and depleted. It's a familiar feeling, isn't it? But here's the truth. You have the power to say no to anything that doesn't align with your priorities and goals, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of your self-respect and self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By cultivating self-awareness and understanding your own limits, you're empowering yourself to make choices that honor your well-being and happiness. The word no is more than just a refusal. It's an act of self-respect and self-awareness. Whether it's setting boundaries, staying true to your authenticity, or honoring your priorities, saying no is a powerful assertion of your right to live life on your own terms. Draw inspiration from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic philosophers, who understood the importance of staying true to oneself and living with integrity. Remember, you have the power to say no to anything that doesn't serve you, and that's the ultimate expression of strength and self-awareness. Now let's consider a different scene altogether. Picture yourself aboard a ship, sailing across the vast expanse of the ocean. The horizon stretches endlessly before you, with no land in sight. Yet, despite the uncertainty of the open sea, you have a compass in hand, pointing you towards your chosen destination. This compass represents your direction in life, your goals, aspirations, and sense of purpose. With each passing wave, you're guided by the knowledge of where you're headed and what you hope to achieve. Having a direction means having clarity amidst the vastness of life's possibilities. It's like having a North Star to steer by, providing a constant reference point as you navigate the ever-changing currents of existence. Marcus Aurelius, the venerable Stoic philosopher king, emphasized the importance of aligning actions with inner principles, stating, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This sentiment underscores the significance of having a clear sense of direction, as it enables you to make decisions and choose paths that resonate with your values and objectives. Think about it. As you sail towards your destination, each decision becomes easier to make. You know where you're headed, and every action you take is in service of that overarching goal. Whether it's charting a course through stormy waters or adjusting your sails to catch the wind. Having a direction infuses your journey with purpose and meaning. But it's not just about reaching the destination, it's about the journey itself. Having a direction enriches each moment with significance, transforming even the most mundane tasks into meaningful contributions towards your ultimate goal. As Marcus Aurelius observed, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. By setting meaningful goals and aspirations, you cultivate a mindset of purpose and intentionality, guiding you towards a life filled with fulfillment and accomplishment. Moreover, having directions provides a sense of resilience in the face of adversity. When storms arise, as they inevitably will, you can rely on your sense of purpose to guide you through the turbulence. It reminds you of what you're working towards, instilling you with the strength and determination to persevere. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This inner strength, born from a sense of direction, empowers you to weather life's challenges and emerge stronger on the other side. In short, having directions is essential for leading a fulfilling and purposeful life. By defining your goals, aspirations, and sense of purpose, you not only clarify your path forward, but also imbue each step with meaning and intentionality. Drawing inspiration from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic tradition, we recognize the transformative power of having a direction in guiding our decisions and shaping our destinies. So set your compass towards your chosen destination and sail forth with confidence into the boundless sea of possibilities that lie ahead. Let's envision a scenario where you find yourself constantly bending over backward to please others, always putting their needs and desires above your own. It's like being a chameleon, changing colors to blend into every situation. But at what cost? This constant self-sacrifice may seem noble at first glance, but in reality, it chips away at your sense of self-worth and leaves you feeling depleted and unfulfilled. But what if there's another way? What if, instead of prioritizing usefulness to others, you prioritize your own growth and satisfaction? This shift in focus is more than just a change in perspective. It's a radical act of self-love and empowerment. Valuing yourself teaches others to do the same. It's about setting boundaries and asserting your worth, not out of arrogance or selfishness, but out of a deep-seated respect for yourself. Marcus Aurelius, the wise Stoic philosopher king, emphasized the importance of self-respect, stating, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This sentiment underscores the significance of valuing oneself, as it sets the tone for how others perceive and treat you. Consider this: when you prioritize your own growth and satisfaction, you become a beacon of self-respect, inspiring others to do the same. You demonstrate that you are worthy of love and respect, not just for what you can do for others, but for who you are as a person. This shift in mindset fosters healthier, more fulfilling relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Moreover, valuing yourself shifts the focus from usefulness to personal growth and satisfaction. Instead of constantly striving to meet the needs and expectations of others, you prioritize your own well-being and fulfillment. This doesn't mean abandoning your responsibilities or neglecting the needs of others. Rather, it means recognizing that your own growth and happiness are just as important as anyone else's. In essence, valuing yourself is a radical act of self-love and empowerment. By setting boundaries, asserting your worth, and prioritizing your own growth and satisfaction, you not only enhance your own well-being but also inspire others to do the same. Drawing inspiration from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic tradition, we recognize the transformative power of self-respect in shaping our relationships and fostering personal growth. So, dare to value yourself and watch as the world around you shifts to reflect that same level of respect and appreciations. Right now, I'll give you the ultimate secret that sounds simple but will push your life into a new and more beautiful phase. Imagine yourself standing in the center of a dense forest, surrounded by towering trees that cast long shadows in the fading light. You've been walking for what feels like an eternity, following a path that seemed promising at first, but has now led you into darkness. As you pause to catch your breath, you realize that the forest around you is not just made of trees, but of people and environments that have become tangled and twisted, suffocating your spirit and draining your strength. In this metaphorical forest, abusive people and destructive environments are like thorny vines, wrapping themselves around you, constricting your movements, and leaving painful marks on your soul. Every interaction feels like another branch scratching at your skin, another root tripping you up and pulling you down. But amidst this darkness, there is a glimmer of hope. The realization that you have the power to walk away. Walking away from abusive people and destructive environments is not just about escaping the immediate danger. It's about reclaiming your sense of self-respect and integrity. It's about recognizing that you deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and dignity, and refusing to settle for anything less. Just as a traveler in the forest must forge a new path to find their way out, so too must you chart a course towards environments that uplift and nourish your soul. Drawing inspiration from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic tradition, we understand that walking away is not a sign of weakness. It's a testament to your strength and courage. So take a step forward, away from the darkness of abuse and toxicity, and towards the light of self-respect and integrity. And as you journey through the forest of life, may you find solace in knowing that you hold the power to shape your own destiny. In the next video, we'll explore a new secret which can turn you into a master of judging human characters. Get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to become part of our dynamic community of seekers. Together, we're mastering the art of Stoic resilience. Share your triumphs, challenges, victories, and struggles in the comments below. Your stories are the fuel propelling our collective journey towards wisdom and understanding. Stay tuned for more transformative insights, and let's ensure our Stoic journey thrives.